Hello, welcome back to Bloodborne. So, in the previous episode, I said I would wait and keep reloading the game until this lady went into her brain form, and here she is. She's not in the chair anymore. She is on the ground here.
Oh, hello. One last time. Will you fetch brain fluid just one last time? Murky, mushy fluid that will make me whole. The sticky sound whispers to me. So very close, right into my ear. My head. Just a head. That's all there is. I need my baptism. Please. I beg of you.
Alright, so she gives you a hint. So she gives you the hint there. She wants her baptism, and as we've seen before, we can only get brain fluids from killing things like this. So if you actually hit her, you get a brain fluid. And we need to give this a read before we give it away. Extracted from a patient whose head expanded that until others were. We fail to realize our own latent potential until the moment it is lost, and we sense its absence. Ironically, this is the very nature of insight, like the moment one licks one's own blood, only to be startled by its sweetness.
Please, the sticky sound
Ugh.
I see a shape. My guide, I see your voice. Clearly as it bends and bleeds.
And we get the milkweed rune.
Revelation. Just for me. Thank you. For everything, really. I used to be nothing.
And then she suffers a true death, it would seem. But she thanked us for it, which is weird. Anyways, let's go down here. We don't really need to worry about getting that 100k back, but if I do, I do. Actually, what we could do is go in there one-handed and take the lock shield. You can guard with it, and it pretty much guards most magic attacks, although for this section, I doubt it'll. Alright, we want to just... Well, that didn't work. Oh, balls. Alright, so you can also come in here. There's a jump here you can make that I don't ever really make. So let's see if I make it! Oh, I did, okay. And you get a pulsing damp blood gem. Let's give that rune a read. Milkweed. Kel rune envisioned by Adeline, patient of the research hall. A transcription of the inhuman sticky whispers that reveal the nature of a celestial attendant. Those who take this oath become a lumen wood that peers toward the sky, feeding phantasms in its luscious bed. Phantasms guide us and lead us to further discoveries. You'll notice the actual rune. It looks like it's the letters HP, which is a definitive call out to H.P. Lovecraft, who really invented the Eldritch Truth and the cosmic love, or the cosmic horror genre that is the unthinkable, ununderstandable threat of the unknown. This game took a lot of influence from H.P. Lovecraft. And we get some more bloodstone chunks. Nothing but yourselves here. So now we can just kind of go back to the Hunter's Dream. I do have all the requirements necessary to upgrade the Cost Parasite to level 10. So I'm going to do that because we did make an arcane build when we started out. It kind of became a strength hybrid, but the Cost Parasite is all arcane. I don't know if its damage is comparable, but it is nifty. It's kind of creepy at the same time. The lock shield is really cool. Alright, so let's go upgrade the cost parasite. I don't have any... Hold on. That should be enough. Alright, so... And you'll notice too, this weapon is unique as it already starts with an A scaling. It gets better as you level it up, but it starts with A and I think it ends with S. So, let's do this. Yeah, it just goes to S in level 2. When it says it's blue there in the bottom right, it still means that it's getting a bonus to the scaling. And plus 10 with our Blood Rock. Alrighty. Now, our Holy Moonlight Sword has all of our best gems. However, we can see that this takes a waning gem as well. And neither of those take waning gems, neither our Holy Moonlight Sword nor the Whirligig Saw. So it shouldn't be too stupid a thing to suggest that one of these gems will increase the arcane damage of the thing. Maybe not, it really depends. Nourishing, of course, because Nourishing adds all stats. This should be a little better. Arcane attack up 18%. We have the waning gem. We want to see if we have an arcane one. We do. And it adds slow poison effect. Could take that. We don't want to lose the arcane stat. We will take however much physical damage it'll give us on top. See here we have another nourishing blood gem. That's good. And then we also want to put on the milkweed. And it turns you into this cauliflower motherfucking looking thing, right? So if we go here and we take off the Whirligig and we put on the cost parasite, now we have a completely different move set. I've never actually used this before. But we get a tentacle. That's our strong attack. This is our charge. When we trick it, we get tentacles all over the place. And you can see it still doesn't do a lot of damage. I don't really know the proper way to use this form. But you can do an explosion with the charged R2, or the L2 that is. It takes 2 bullets to do it. And you can vomit with the back step. You'll notice too that the entirety is different. So like this roll is different. The movement is everything about this is different. That's the transform attack out. That's the transform attack in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the very first area. Where would be a good place? The tomb? No. The Great Bridge? No. Yeah, the Great Bridge. We're gonna play around with this and see how it does. Because according to the stat screen, this weapon, even at plus 10, does a third of the damage that the Whirligig Saw does, according to the spreadsheet. So I don't know why this would be, because realistically, you get the cost parasite for beating the game. You should have beaten the normal game before you went into the DLC. So you fight the last boss of the DLC and then you get this weapon. I mean, one would think that intuitively that would make this like the strongest weapon, but... Alright, that's the explosion attack. Of course that's going to kill them, but I didn't actually look at the numbers. I threw up on him. Yeah, I don't know. It's weak. It's the fact of the matter is, it's weak. I don't have a face. I don't know why you would untrick it as well. So like when it's untricked, it swings slowly. It still does shit for damage. It clearly... Okay, so the number 358, it clearly does more than the listed damage, because the listed damage is the actual number that goes into the damage calculation. And then it factors in the defense. So these enemies I'm fighting have a defense, and if they had a unless they have 0 defense, which they don't, then that would be doing less than 202. So I can actually take out other weapons as well. You can see how that does 587, but this weapon's listing is 746. So the cost parasite most certainly has innate damage built into it. I just don't feel like... It's just a weird... It's not very viable. It swings slowly. I mean, I could be getting this totally wrong. There might be an entire playstyle revolving around the use of this parasite. I can't be sure. The explosion is pretty good, because I think you have hyper armor during it, and hyper armor is just basically where you can't be damaged. Or you can be damaged, but you can't be stun locked out of it. So you will complete the attack. What's its roll attack? It's a grab, okay. What's the roll R2? Same thing. What's the running R2? It's just kind of a hug. He hugs people. I wouldn't imagine that this is any good against bosses. I'll have to look it up. I'm wondering if there's an innate reason, or like a reason why you would want to use this over other weapons. It actually takes kind of a lot of stamina as well, if I'm seeing that correctly. It's got decent range, but yeah, one little attack with this, it takes quite a lot of stamina. It takes more than the saw cleaver. I can't do a charged attack when it's when I'm on trick form. I can right there. Hold on, what is this? That's odd. Give me a quick second, and I will look up the moveset for this and see what exactly is so special about the cost parasite. Alright, so there's really nothing to it. Some of the most notable moves are the backstep vomit move, the attack vomit combo, and that's a trick from that. When you untrick it during an attack, that's how you do it. When you trick into it, the jumping R2 is your tongue that attacks, and I just read online that the best way to use this is a bait and punish build. You don't want to openly engage with it, and what you want to do is you want to bait an enemy into attacking you. And one of its innate abilities is every single attack has a huge poise damage bonus to it, as in even larger enemies, if you hit them, they'll probably stagger after 1 or 2 hits, which is good in my opinion. But overall, I would say that this is kind of a shitty thing. It's cool that it's like really thematic and that you need a rune to use it properly, but I really don't think the damage is all that great. I think if you can continually stun lock an enemy, I think it's fantastic. But what we want to do now, so we basically collected everything, is we want to use the key in the research hall. But we also want to go all the way back to... We have another boss to kill, actually, I forgot. And it's Lawrence. I want to go to, let's see, the Nightmare Church. Hunter's Nightmare, Nightmare Church, Underground Corpse Pile, that's too far. I want to say it's the Nightmare Church. Yes, because we want to kill that beast motherfucker. And I think he might drop another rune that lets you transform into that, but you have to use the beast cutters for that. And that form's even less fun because I think that weapon does more damage, but it's not, its range is just awful. Is this the right place, what I'm thinking of? Can I go back this way? I think I can. Let's test it. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, it does. It does stun. It's got decent range, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. I would say that this is not a top tier weapon, mediocre at best. We're gonna try to run back here though because we did miss an item. I feel like honestly that I wasted materials putting into this, but I mean it's cool and I've never fully upgraded it before, but its damage is like it feels like it's all over the map. It doesn't. Its regain's terrible, as you could just see. I don't know where I would ever. I don't know where I would be able to pull off the explosion move. I'm kind of unhappy that it doesn't actually list the damage that it does. It says it does 202, clearly it doesn't, it does more. I don't like that it doesn't properly list the damage, that bugs me. It also bugs me with Ludwig's Moonlight Blade as well, so just to be fair. Two-shotting these is okay. I mean, how far does this reach? Not very far. The roll attack is great because of the range. Ooh. All right, so then we're gonna do a grudge match here. It's gonna be the Cos Parasite versus the Wolfman. This guy killed me before. Yeah, it does stun him. I like the stun of it. It apparently, according to the wiki, it stuns as much as the Beast Cutter does, and the Beast Cutter is a heavy weapon like Ludwig's Greatsword. He might get me. Oh, he might get me. I haven't used the one-handed form of this, it's weird. I have my tongue. We're gonna kill him eventually. Wow, they have to be literally standing right in front of you for that to work. I want to get him with that trick attack. Have some vomit. Alright, we got him. We get the firing hammer badge, actually, so we kind of missed a badge here. Badge crafted by the Auto Workshop. precursor to the workshop of the heretical powder kegs. The powder kegs were driven by some singular ideas and crafted strange weapons of great intricacy. It is clear that the philosophy of the powder kegs was already established at this time. What else are we missing? Right, we gotta go use the key. So let's use this, go back to the dream, go back to the hall. I'm looking up right now where to get the beast rune because clearly I missed it. I don't know if it's in the DLC or not. I mean, it must be. I just don't really know how I missed it. It's associated with the Blood Beast Covenant. Duh. Let's go back. I think I have to beat Lawrence. I think that's how you get it. Its effects. Beast Embrace Carol Rune. It was added with the old hunters. Defeat Lawrence the First Vicar. Right, so the one thing we haven't done gives us the Beast Rune. I forgot what I was going to do. Right, I was going to go use the key. And that's the underground corpse file. The good news is this cost parasite, it doesn't do a third of Ludwig's, and it doesn't do a third of the Whirligig Saw. It probably does a little more than half, which is okay for minor enemies like this, and it's okay to you know, have fuck around fun with. But for bosses, I can't see this being viable at all. Oh. Does he summon him in here? He fucking does! So this is the last place you fight him. Alright, and we get Brador's testimony. That's the helmet. I think that might only appear if you have the key. Hey, douchebag. So this is the guy. It's him. He was invading you.
To my quarters. I've never entertained a guest before. Are you going to kill me?
I might.
Oh, you don't kill me. As if to right your wrongs. What is it? Aren't you going to kill me? Or perhaps beg my forgiveness?
What?
Leave off. What's done is done. What is it? Oh.
Alright, so I guess you have to kill him. Oh, or just miss.
Changes. Such is the nature of man.
And we get the blood letter. That is the last weapon, I'm pretty sure, of the DLC. The demented hunter weapon brandished by Brador, the healing church assassin. The blood letter assumes its true and terrifying form after it draws upon the blood from the inner reaches of one's body and soul. This is the only effective means of expelling tainted blood, or so Brador, isolated in his cell, continued to believe. Now we could go try fighting Lawrence. Not really looking forward to that, but I sure as shit don't want to use the cost parasite to do it. I'm going to be using the Whirligig. Lawrence is a bitch. He's got a shit ton of HP. He has somewhat of the same moveset as the Cleric Beast, but it's different. He attacks faster and more frequently, and he has 2 forms. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off the cost parasite, as fun as it was. We're going to put on the Whirligig Saw, and we're going to go take off this Carol rune and put on the Hunter rune again. Alright, back to our normal selves. Thank God for that. And I think the run back is from just the first bonfire, which kind of sucks because it's a long-ass run back. So let's go to the Hunter's Nightmare. I most likely will not kill this boss in the first try, even though I am over-leveled. I don't think you need to be but level 110, 120 to beat this boss. I think I'm at level 140 something. What am I at? 138. I'm not so sure Fire Paper will do the job here because I think he's Fire Elemental. That's me. Yeah, so it's basically scaling up to get to the Amygdala fight in the real world. Good thing we beat her first try anyways. They follow me up here. I can't believe he tagged me with that. That was bullshit. Alright. So we have Lawrence's skull. Lawrence's skull is what you need to activate this boss fight. You can see he's all embered up. He's basically on fire. Literally a reskin of the Cleric Beast. I wasn't too happy about this the first time I saw him, but now that he has a different moveset and stuff, I thought it was kind of cool. Does a lot of damage. The fire ripples are really what you gotta watch out for, because they're gonna stun you no matter what you do. Sorry, had to do a little cut there. The video clip ended itself. But we do get the badass Bloodborne music though, which I fucking love. Alright, so now he's in form 2. He leaves lava around, which sucks. He can do a full fucking 180, as you just saw. This is the mode, the form you want to watch out for, because it's just garbage. You want to just kind of kite him from end to end. And he's probably going to kill me with this. Oh my god, I just got lucky. I tried to dodge that, didn't work out. Get up, character. Alright, I think we got him. Yeah, I'm surprised I did that in one try. It's good too, because it'll be a short episode then. Well, I mean, that technically was the very end of the DLC. And we do get the Beast Embrace rune. So we're going to go give that a read. After repeated experiments in controlling the Scourge of Beasts, the Gentle Embrace rune was discovered. When its implementation failed, the Embrace became a forbidden rune. But this knowledge became a foundation of the Healing Church. Those who swear this oath take on a ghastly form and enjoy accentuated transformation effects, especially while wielding a beast weapon, which is the Beast Claws. And it's the two claws that it literally turns you into the thing we just fought to get the badge, the Oto badge or whatever it was. So that is the end of the DLC. We're going to go back to the dream. I don't know if there's any items that I missed in the DLC. I'm pretty sure I got all the weapons. I got all the runes, because there's those 2 runes. I think I got all the keys for all the lore. I might have missed some lizards. I might have missed some just offhand blood vials and drops. But pretty much, that's the DLC of Bloodborne. Very good DLC. If you know where you're going and you're good at the game, it's really short. If you're under-leveled when you go into it, it's incredibly long. But other than that, in the next episode, it might be the last episode, we will go finish up what we can with the Mother Brain enemy, which we dropped at the Nightmare Immensis, and then we will go over here and, I guess, beat the game. But other than that, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.